So I'm Wendy, and wow, this is really HD. You can see like all my redness and stuff and scarring. Okay, besides that, so today I just wanted to address a few questions that some people may have about why I'm going to Thailand to study when, well, I've been accepted into this fabulous pre-pharmacy program that pretty much guarantees me my way into pharmacy school, as long as I have these set requirements fulfilled and got accepted into one of the top universities for pharmacy and stuff like that. So why the hell do I want to go to Thailand? Well, I'm here to address those questions today. So first question, why Thailand? Okay, so why Thailand? So basically, well, I didn't randomly choose Thailand. Like, I put all the countries inside a hat and then randomly chose one. I chose Thailand because I'm sort of familiar with it. I've been there at least 5 times already since I was born, and it's because I have relatives over there, and my mom's Thai. Well, Thai Chinese. She was born in Thailand. Yeah, and her whole side of the family is over there, so I've been there before, and I just really like the atmosphere, and I like being around my family, and I feel like everybody over there, of course this is a generalization, but the vibe that I get is a lot different from the United States. People are definitely more lively over there in Thailand, and there's a lot more to do because things are open later at night. For instance, you know how the United States, the malls, like if you live in the suburbs, basically all you have is like the malls and grocery stores around you, right? And they close around 8-9, so once people are like done with work, done with school, everything's closed, so you don't have time to go out, relax, and hang out with your friends or whatnot. You just go home and sleep. But in Thailand, since things are open a lot later, like independently owned cafes or like Chinatown, there's night markets and stuff like that. Of course, this is in some certain cities. The city where my family lives in, that's the case. So yeah, so it's definitely more lively, and since we have family around everywhere, it's not boring. Yeah, my mom's home by herself most of the day because my dad works the afternoon shift and he doesn't come home until around midnight. So yeah, I think this is the better choice. Experiencing things is definitely not the same thing as if you read it from a book, because there's book smarts and there's also experience, and I feel like it's important to have both. And in Thailand, I feel like I can definitely grow more as a person and learn more, experience more, and experience a different culture especially, and just I don't know, learn more about myself as a person and become a more humble person, I guess, and just be happier. We only have one life to live, and we really don't know when our last day on this earth is, so I feel like it's very important to live every day to the fullest, and I feel like in Thailand I could do that, and I'll be surrounded by loved ones too. Not that I'm not surrounded by loved ones here in the United States, but it's just harder to access them, I guess, because everyone's so busy. And yeah, like, I don't know, in Thailand it's just a different vibe, and I feel like if any of you guys have been to Thailand or maybe a different country where you have more family and stuff there, it's a whole new vibe, different from the United States, and I don't know, I think it's time for a change. Second question, why didn't you think about this earlier before going to school for one semester and then dropping out? Okay, so why didn't I think about this earlier? As in, why didn't I apply to an international school when I was doing college apps back in senior year of high school? Well, there are several events that I guess triggered this new change, and one of them being that my mom and I didn't expect, or my parents and I didn't expect that Thailand would be the better option for my parents, or well, at least my mom. When you're stuck at home all the time, it gets very lonely and boring, and it's just very unfulfilling. So as a family, we decided that it's better if my mom went back to Thailand and lived there, and maybe one day my dad will go over there too. So I just decided, okay, well, I don't want to be here alone, and pharmacy isn't really something that I wanted to do. The main reason why I wanted to do pharmacy was because I wanted to support my parents in the future, and pharmacists have really high salaries, so I wanted to do that. But then I thought about it, and like, pharmacy, first of all, you had to have the dedication to become a great pharmacist, and I wasn't willing to put up with the hardships, I guess, because with anything that you do in life, or any major you get, there's going to be hardships. You're going to have hard classes and stuff like that, but the difference is, are you willing to suffer through those hard classes? Are you willing to go through those hard times to get what you want? And I asked myself that with pharmacy, and I really could not see myself doing that. And I know that most people are doing this pharmacy thing for the same reason I am, to support their parents, to make their parents proud. And people are probably looking at me like, well, Wendy, you know you don't have it that bad. You were in the 3+3 program, and that's like the easiest program out of all of them. Well, I know, but the difference is that I guess I have this opportunity to go to a different country to do something that I've always wanted to do, to explore, to experience, and just to be a better me, I guess. So I talked to my parents about it, and if my mom goes over to Thailand, she has work over there, so that means she can like make money for herself and support herself. And my dad, if he goes over there, he could find work too, and he can be able to support himself, or if he's over here, can support himself too with his current job. So I no longer have the obligation to, I guess, support them, because standard of living in Thailand is definitely a lot cheaper than in the United States. I mean, I'm still gonna support them, they're my parents. It's just that I guess supporting them isn't my first priority anymore, because they can support themselves. And also, it's a lot cheaper to go to school in Thailand and get like an equivalent degree over there than if I were to continue at University of the Pacific. Even with scholarships that I have and financial aid, it still costs a lot more going to a school here than if I went to school in Thailand. So yeah. And I've also done some research about if the United States would accept foreign degrees, and basically once you come into the United States, if you have a professional degree that has like specific laws according to each country or each state, then you have to perhaps take a few classes and then take an exam. If you pass that exam, then you get certified and you are allowed to practice in that particular country or state, country being the United States. And so yeah, so I'm well aware that if I do decide to come back to the United States, that I might have to take a test in order to get a certification to continue my career in the United States. as long as you're getting a degree of some sort, going to college, going to school, getting an education, and also experiencing new things and getting real world experience, then I feel like that's fulfilling already, for myself at least. And once I get my degree and decide that Thailand isn't the place I want to work in, or maybe I can't find a job in Thailand and decide to come back to the United States, I don't think it's impossible to find a job in the United States, especially because I have gained real-world experience and international connections from going to an international university. And I don't know if this makes a difference, but I do have a United States high school diploma, so if anything, there's that to, I guess, go back on. I don't think I necessarily wasted a semester because I really did take some helpful classes that can, one, the credits can be transferred to my GEs in the university I want to go to in Thailand, and two, I learned a lot from pharmacy orientation and public speaking. So I'll start off with public speaking. It turned out to be one of my probably the most fulfilling class I've ever taken in my whole life, because my biggest fear, or one of my biggest fears, was public speaking. And even in front of like a group of 10 people, I would freeze up, and I think it's just because I never thought that my opinion mattered, and I never had the guts to, I guess, defend my opinion if somebody brought it down. But in public speaking, it made me realize, and PAX too, PAX is an English class, discussion class, it made me realize that my opinion does matter, and even if nobody's listening, then it's just important to express yourself, and if you believe what's right, then your opinion is the only opinion that matters, I guess, or your own opinion of yourself is all that matters. So public speaking class helped me get over my fear of speaking in public, I guess. It's not completely over, but it's a lot better than before, definitely. And pharmacy orientation, it helped me realize that pharmacy isn't as easy as what I thought it was, what people told me it was. Because my only experience with pharmacy was seeing a person behind the counter counting pills and answering questions that people may have, and I thought, wow, this must be the easiest job ever. But what Dr. Ochizono, my faculty advisor, taught me or said at the beginning of pharmacy orientation was that if pharmacy was just as easy as counting pills, then a first grader could do it. And that quote really stuck with me and made me realize that pharmacy is a whole lot more than just counting pills. And there's a lot of knowledge and hard work and dedication that goes into being a pharmacist. So I really commend pharmacists all around the world. Third question, why so sudden? Well, the answer to that is really simple, and it's just that time doesn't wait, and now is just the most favorable time, I guess, because if I continued on into the pharmacy program, then it would have been a waste of time and money and effort for something that I don't want, and I would be wasting a year because I wouldn't be able to apply to the university in Thailand for this upcoming fall semester. And I guess another question that ties into that is that why didn't you just go to a community college or transfer to a public school where it's cheaper instead of going to Thailand? Well, it's because the main reason I want to go to Thailand is not the money issue, I guess. It's more of I want to explore and discover new things and be in an environment where I'm capable of doing that and can do that, and I just want to learn more about myself and more about the world because I feel like I'm really naive since I've only been in this little bubble of, I guess, living in California in this little suburb town. So I feel like going to school in Thailand for an extended period of time would be beneficial, and that's why I didn't want to wait to do study abroad, which is probably just a few weeks to a semester, because I feel like that's too short and I wouldn't be able to get the full experience I would like to get. Not full experience, but more complete experience, I guess. And I just love traveling. That's one of my favorite things to do, because I get to learn more things and discover new things and to try new things that I've never experienced before. Now for the ultimate question that everybody's been waiting for: did I do so bad during first semester that it made me want to drop out of pharmacy? No, I did. The answer to that is no. I didn't do terrible at all. Like, my first semester grades would have been all straight A's if it weren't for chemistry, and I got a C+ in chemistry. But it just made me realize that college chemistry is a lot different from AP chemistry, which I had a lot of fun in and I enjoyed. College chemistry is a lot of work and a lot of self-study, and you have to be really dedicated. So yeah. Now I want to share 2 quotes that I find really inspiring, and the first quote is by Buzz Beauty, and it is, "Now is the only time for happiness because it is the only moment that truly exists." And the second quote is from Wangfu Productions' new short, One, featuring Lee Hong Wang, and it is, "There are infinite possibilities to what our lives can be, but only one reality we can live in. Only one will ever know. Make sure you choose to live the one you want." And what I take from both of those quotes is that happiness is a choice, and your happiness and your dreams aren't a silly thing. Your current happiness is the only happiness that actually exists and you can actually feel at the moment and have control over. And if you keep pushing your happiness and your dreams to the future, then all you're doing is chasing happiness and not really actually experiencing happiness. So think of it this way: you're always like chasing this person called happiness instead of holding hands with it. So I choose to hold hands with it. And yeah, it doesn't mean that everything's always like happy and good and stuff. There's always going to be bad times, but at least you're in control of your current happiness. And it's not silly to follow your dreams, your passions, or your happiness. I think we've become so immune to doing those things that it becomes a ridiculous thing, but it really is not. So if you've watched until the very end, I want to thank you so much, because I know that this video has been a whole lot of non-coherent rambling with a lot of awkward pauses. And what this channel will be for is basically my vlogging of adventures in Thailand, and that includes like food, different places I go to, peculiar things I find in Thailand, and just daily happenings. So if you're interested in following my adventures, either as a visitor to Thailand or as an international student, then definitely subscribe so you know when my new videos come out. And if you have any questions at all about either traveling to Thailand or being an international student, then please leave them down below and I will try my best to answer them. Or you can personal message me if you're friends with me on Facebook, and I'll definitely try to answer them. And happy Valentine's Day if I get this up on the 14th. If I don't, then happy 50% off or discounted candy day on the 15th. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Bye.